Now, if you've been watching my videos for some time, you remember that we've built triads, or three-note chords, on each note of the major scale. We also did this with the minor scale. And so the triads built on each degree are known by the same technical names that we went over as we started this series in basic music theory. So for example, we're in the key of C. The triad constructed on the tonic note, that's called the tonic chord. The triad whose root is the subdominant note, we would call that the subdominant triad or the subdominant chord. This, of course, would be the dominant triad built on the dominant note of the C major scale. Let's discuss the term tonality. Tonality in music, we're talking about music that works with a tonic, the home sound. And very often the tonic or the tonic chord is the beginning and the end of a chord progression. So for example, you might have a chord progression that starts on the tonic, it goes to the subdominant, and then to the dominant, and then back to the tonic. And so each of the triads that we build on the major scale can also be called by the technical name. So this is the tonic chord. This would be the supertonic, the mediant, subdominant, dominant, submediant, leading chord or leading note if you like, and then tonic. Now let's connect the technical names with the Roman numerals. And we've seen this before in some previous videos. When we begin to analyze music, the technical names, now we can shorten those into Roman numerals from 1 to 7. So the tonic, for example, is 1. The dominant is 5. And so we have the Roman numerals now on the triads of the C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and back to 1. Now the Roman numerals use capital letters to indicate a major chord. So this would be a uppercase 1. But the supertonic chord would be a lowercase 2. The mediant would be a lowercase 3, and then we have uppercase 4, uppercase 5, lowercase 6, and here this is diminished, and so we have lowercase 7, and that is indicated with the little circle afterward. So here's an example in the scale of A harmonic minor. We have lowercase 1 chord. This is lowercase 2 diminished. And then here we have augmented. So we call that uppercase 3, and then we say plus 5. Then this is the subdominant, or the 4, but it's minor. And here the 5 is major. The 6 is also major. And then the 7th is diminished. And then we're back to the tonic. So just like the technical terms, Roman numerals reveal every note's position in the scale, with the tonic being 1. At this point you might be asking, what do we need the technical names for? Well, the technical names give us a way of describing the notes of a scale, and they show us how everything comes out of the tonic. So starting once again in the key of C, you can start from the tonic, and from here we can jump to any note or any chord in the scale and then work our way back to the tonic. Now, some of the jumps sound better than others, but the most basic one, of course, would be jumping from C, the tonic, to F, the subdominant, and then the dominant, which makes you want to go back to the tonic. But you can also go to the subtonic. That leads to the dominant and then back. You can go from tonic to mediant, And then that kind of leads you to the subdominant and then dominant tonic. And then one of the most famous examples is you can go from the tonic to the submediant to the supertonic, then to the dominant and to the C. Tonic, submediant, supertonic, dominant, tonic. So you see there are several possibilities just using the basic chords. Now we don't use the 7 chord very much. It sounds rather incomplete. It's a diminished chord. But what we can do is combine the notes of the 7 with the notes of the 5. There's some overlap there. And we end up with the 5-7 chord, the dominant 7th chord. And this is an even more powerful chord that just screams to go back to the tonic. So the technical names work well in this system because they give a name to every note, and at the same time they're describing every note's distance from the tonic. And then we can take those technical names and condense them down into the Roman numerals. So we know that 1 is always the tonic, 5 is always the dominant, 4 is the subdominant, and so on. Now there's a lot more we could do to talk about the technical names and how they relate, because there are different kinds of scales. There's the pentatonic scale, and there's the hexatonic, and so on. We're not going to worry about those things right now. I should mention that the technical names are not really useful with other kinds of music. We're dealing basically with the Western harmonic system, the type of tonic, dominant, and subdominant type system that you hear in much of the classical music that you listen to, and in a lot of the popular songs that you might want to listen to or play. All that other stuff, that'll be a topic for another day. So I hope you'll take some time to learn the terms, get them into your mind, and then you're going to see how we can apply them as we analyze songs and as we talk about how music is put together using this particular system. If you have any questions or comments, please leave those in the comment section below. I respond to everyone. If you'd like to support my work, you can go to my Patreon page. We have special bonus material and things for those of you who support me in that way. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all of you who have subscribed so far. We get new subscribers almost every day. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, because it does help the channel, and it helps At Home with Music reach more people that I hope can benefit from what I'm talking about here. So thanks again, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.